we've been playing with. So your letterball or a ball-shaped object of some sort, preferably with letters or numbers or something that is interesting for your eyes to look at. I'm holding a rolled up pair of socks with elephants on it. So a rag, a dog toy, anything that you can hold there. And then just 2 pencils or 2 cooking utensils, 2 forks, whatever is easy for you to hold. You could also use your 2 thumbs if you'd like to do that too. And then of course, as we get into more of the visual and vestibular work, just keeping in mind that sometimes you might start to feel nauseous or a little dizzy, or your eyes might start to get watery or itchy. All of those signs are okay. It means that you've met your edge. We just don't want to go too far past that edge. So if you hit any of those sensations, go ahead and take a break, grab some water. Closing the eyes usually helps if you feel a little dizzy too. Okay, let's get going here. Make sure you can see this. Okay. All right, so I'll have you come to a grounded position, seated or standing. And just as a reminder, I know as we move into these colder months here, I'm usually more bundled up and I keep socks on my feet. So please kind of tend to yourselves temperature-wise. If it makes more sense for you to leave your socks on, even as we do some of the toe or footwork, then that's totally fine. But you're always welcome to slip the socks and the shoes off if that's safe for you to do. Okay, so we'll close the eyes. We'll just start by coming into the breath. Feel free to put a hand on your belly and or a hand on your chest. And just starting to sense where your breath is right now. Is your chest hand moving? Is your belly hand moving? And then inviting that breath to sink a little bit deeper into your belly hand. And seeing if you can sense that breath in a 3-dimensional way. So feeling it in your low back, in your sides, in your low belly. And then noticing where your weight is right now. And maybe without adjusting it first, just noticing, are you leaning more on the left or the right? Do you feel like you're pulling more forward or more back? You might sense that by feeling your feet on the floor, or you might sense that through your sit bones, or even how you're positioned in your chair. But just kind of noticing where your weight is pulling you right now. I'll have you set your intention for class today. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Alrighty. Reaching with the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Let's just bring the hands together today if you can. And then we'll take a dive up and over all the way down to the floor. And I'm just going to have you pause again when you get to the floor. And I want you to feel that 3-dimensional breath again. Into your low back, into the sides. You might feel it in your belly. And then on your next exhale, slowly rolling yourself back up. And we're going to do several of these today. Let's look up at the ceiling in between, getting really big, arms open, fingers open if you can. And then exhale, find that articulating dive forward. Pausing at the bottom to take a couple of breaths. And then on that second exhale, rolling yourself back up. Remember, your abs is what's helping you do this movement. Inhale at the top, and exhale, roll down. So don't let gravity just take you down. Try to make that active. Couple of breaths at the bottom. And then rolling back up. We're gonna do that one more time, getting big. And then rolling down. Finding that three-dimensional breath. And then rolling back up. Awesome. Okay, we'll bring hands to the hips, just on the sides of the hips. And we're just gonna do some of that pelvis tilting and rocking. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you my side profile here. So we're just gonna start with a pelvis rock forward and back. So I want you to think about tucking the tail under you and then lifting the tail. Yeah, tucking the tail under and lifting the tail. And if this isn't super realistic for you, you're going to be doing this more from your rib cage. So sinking the rib cage back, kind of rounding the upper spine, and then lifting the chest. Okay, so for those of you doing the rib cage, you're just staying with this round and this extension. For those of you that are moving from the hips, I want you to try to just move from that area below the belly button. So notice my upper body stays relatively upright and still, and it's just my tail that's tucking under and my tail that's lifting. So we're just trying to isolate this flexion and extension. Yeah, so either moving from the hips or the ribs, just rocking back and forth. Let's do one more. And then coming back to the center. Okay, and now everyone will come to the ribs. So if you can, bring your hands a little bit higher onto the sides of your rib cage. And then I want you to do the same thing. So we're going to join our rib cage movers that are moving forward and back. So let's just all be doing that movement, rounding the upper back and then extending and pulling that chest forward. Exhale to round, inhale to lift. And same thing here, I'm not letting gravity just take me as I find that round down. I'm actively using my upper abdominals to help me round that upper spine. Let's do one more. Yeah, that looks good, everyone. Okay, hands will stay on the ribs. And then I want you to find that hula hoop, moving your ribs around your hips. So you're just circling that rib cage forward to the side, back to the other side. Forward, side, back, and other side. Yeah, and make sure for this though that your head stays up and level with the floor. So remember, we're not rounding forward. When we round back, when that rib cage comes back, it's kind of finding that tail tuck under again. So my head stays level and parallel with the floor the whole time. There we go, that's better. Yeah, just so we stay upright. Now can you switch directions, finding that hula hoop in the other direction. And maybe you're noticing one corner of this movement feels a little bit sticky for you. So just a good thing to note, maybe you're going to roll slower through that area, breathe into it, pause. Yeah, and coming back to the center, awesome. Okay, let's shake the shoulders out and the arms. If you're standing, feel free to shake the legs out. And then we'll just come into that swinging arm rotation, side to side. Your knuckles of your hand will tap the opposite side of the back as you swing back and forth. There you go. Yeah. Okay, I want you to pause on one of those rotations. Looking over that shoulder, can you increase that rotation a little bit more? And then go back into the swinging rotation. Just do 3. On that third one, you're pausing on the other side. Looking over the shoulder, rotate a little bit more, and swing. 3, 2, 1, pause, rotate, and swing. 3, 2, 1, pause, rotate, and swing. And just keep moving through that. Maybe do one more each side. Pausing, exaggerating that rotation. Last one. Back to the center. Awesome. Okay. We're going to bring the shoulders, the arms and the wrists out in front of you like you're giving me a stop sign signal. So if you're able to pull the wrists and the fingers up, I want you to think about spreading the fingers. And then you're going to point the fingers down towards the floor and try to make a fist. If moving your hands is kind of challenging, you're just going to do this from the wrists, okay? So fingers up towards the ceiling, trying to spread. Fingers down towards the floor, make a fist. Up and spread, down and make a fist. I'm going to bring head movement into this next one. So keep going with your fingers, up and spread, down and fist. When the fingers go up and spread, I want you and your head to look up. And when the fingers go down to make your fist, tuck your chin into your chest. Head and fingers lift. Head and fingers lower. Fingers and head lift. Fingers and head lower. And then see if you can pick up that pace. Bringing a little bit of vestibular work and coordination into this. Moving your head and your eyes with you. Just do one more. Good. And then shake the hands, shake the wrists out. Alrighty, good. We'll bring fingertips to that area just under the collarbones. We're going to do something similar that we did last week. And I'm going to have you find a hum all the way through our full body tapping. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of humming. You're going to remember for this, try to keep your mouth closed. When you inhale, inhaling just through your nose. And then exhaling into a hum. Pace yourself because we're going to keep this pattern of humming as we do the full body. I'm going to have you move into one of your arms. Remember, you're working down the outside of the arm, up the inside of the arm. You're still humming. Just noticing maybe how that vibration feels on your throat, on your mouth, on your tongue, maybe even down into your chest. Go ahead and switch arms. You're trying to go all the way to the end of your breath. So challenge your breath work here. Working down the outsides of the body. Giving your low back a little bit of a tap. Giving the stomach a rub. Moving that circle counterclockwise. And then lastly, going down the outside of the legs. Try to stay with the hum. And coming up the inside of the legs. As a reminder, you can play with how you're tapping your body. You can tap, stroke, karate chop, grab, whatever feels good for your skin, your muscles, your connective tissue. Stay with that one for today. Getting the top of your thighs. Good, and then let everything quiet down. You can stop the hum, you can stop tapping. Just noticing if anything is feeling significantly different in your body. We'll find one head scratch here. So fingers or knuckles to your scalp, giving yourself a nice head scratch all the way up and over. Not missing any spots. And then hands are going to come to the back of the neck. And we're going to find some of our traction work here. So I want you to look down. As you pull and traction your skin from the back of your neck all the way down to your collarbones, you're going to look up at the sky. Slide the lower jaw forward at the very end. Grab the back of the neck. Look down. As you pull, look up. Down to the collarbone. So I finish with my fingertips at my collarbones. Just maybe do that a couple more times. Move at your own pace. Use whatever level of pressure feels good for you here. I just spotted a hawk in the tree outside my window. Good way of doing this exercise. Okay. So now I'm going to have you you can just use one of your hands. So maybe right hand behind your neck. You're going to do something similar. So this time I'm going to look to my left. My right hand is behind my neck. As I traction and I pull down to that same spot, I'm going to turn my head to the right. And I finish with my fingers at my collarbones. Okay. So again, just single hand, grabbing the back of the neck, look to your left and traction the skin as you turn your head to the right. Just do that one more time on this side. Look left, grab, pull, and look right. Other hand, so left hand behind, looking to your right, grab, pull, looking left. Looking right, grab, pull, looking left. Last one, grab, pull, looking left. Good. And then just take your neck and just give your neck a few circles around and just notice how that's feeling. And then I want you to tilt your head back and forth, left to right. Notice how that's feeling. And let's just go right into our retest. We'll do a few overhead arm raises. Remember, you're testing and you're noticing range of motion, speed of motion, ease of motion. Does one arm get further back than the other? So you're just noticing how each of these movements feel in your body, and then we'll do them once more about halfway through class. Okay, we'll bring arms out in front of you, or they can cross the chest. Go ahead and just take a rotation to your left and a rotation to your right. And just noticing, how far can you go? How easy or not is it to breathe as you rotate? I now have a crow staring at me. Gosh, this is the day for birds. Okay, so just noticing how everything is feeling in your body. Coming back to some external, internal arm rotation. So goalpost arms, pivoting up and pivoting down. I like to look at this one. I usually have one side that gets a little bit further than the other side, so I'm just checking. Yes, I'm forgetting one or two here. No, maybe not. For my standing athletes, you can be finding a sit to stand. I'm going to encourage folks today, if you are able to stand, this is a really good way to make a lot of these movements harder, is to do them in a standing position. So whether we're doing the visual or the vestibular work, whether we're doing some of the rotational or the, upper body joint mobility work, to see if you can come to a standing position if that feels comfortable and safe for you. Yeah. And then remember, for my standing athletes, you could also be doing a hip hinge or a single leg balancing or something of that sort. Okay. Coming back to a little bit more joint mobility here, so we're going to bring it to the wrists and the hands. So using knuckles or open hands, I just want you to rub your hands together, creating some friction and some heat there. And then rubbing the back of your hands. Maybe your wrists, giving your wrists a little bit of love. Yep. Okay. And then you're just going to find a figure eight, a horizontal figure eight, or an infinity sign with your wrists and your hands. Really opening and spreading, trying to exaggerate that figure eight as much as you can. Mm-hmm. Can you go the other direction with that figure eight? Good, and then can we bring that more into the elbows? So now I still want you to draw a figure eight, but you're drawing that figure eight more around your elbows. So we're just giving the elbows a little bit more of love here. Really, you can draw any shape you want with the arms. I'm staying with the figure eight. Yep. And then can we bring that into a big figure eight all the way for the shoulders? So now I'm keeping my elbows straight and I'm drawing this big figure eight. My arms cross my body and then they open. Almost like I'm doing a butterfly stroke for swimming. Mm-hmm. All the way up overhead or as far overhead as you can. Okay, good. Letting that down, giving the arms one more shake. We're going to bring this more to head and neck. So I'm going to have you find, I'm going to come a little bit closer. I'm going to have you find that head and neck glide to the left and to the right. So just starting to see if you can do this from just the neck. Okay, so head stays parallel with the floor, and I'm just gliding it to the left, gliding it to the right. It might only go a couple centimeters. For those of you that have hardware in your neck, you're just going to be doing more of a body tilt side to side. So it's not a tilt, I'm sorry, a sway side to side if you have hardware in your neck. Okay, so now we're all going to start to do that sway. So I want you to glide your head to the left. Not sure if my head's getting cut off here. Okay, glide your head to the left. And then I want you to pick up that right butt cheek. So remember, you're pretending like you just sat in gum under that right butt cheek, or at least leaning as far as you can. If you need to hold on to the arms of your chair, feel free to do so. And then back to the center. Head shifts to the right. Left butt cheek lifts off as much as you can. So you're trying to hike that hip on that side and then back to the center. Head shifts, lifting the butt cheek off. Head shifts, lifting the butt cheek off. So just gliding from side to side, starting from the head, and the tail follows. Starting from the head, the tail follows. This is kind of one of the things I talked about on the workshop I taught this past Saturday. I know a couple of you have questions there. And notice how I'm kind of using my arms to counterbalance. So my arms counterbalance me so I don't tip over. If I want to make it harder, I might reach both arms out to the side I'm tipping towards, which challenges my abdominals and my side stability a little bit more. So you can play with where your arms are as you do this one to challenge your back, your abdominals, your breath. Yeah, so just maybe finding a new shape as you tilt each time. Let's just do one more. Good, and back to the center. Okay, we're just gonna do one more full spinal mobility here, and then we'll play some letterball. So for this one, I want you to think of your body kind of moving as a snake. So starting from your head, you're going to look up at the ceiling, and then you're going to start to produce a wave through your body. So finding a wave, so tucking the head, rolling the spine, kind of back and inward. And then I'm going to lean forward. You can have your hands on your hips if you need. And then head leads the way, almost like a dolphin. Maybe a dolphin is the best imagery here. So I round my spine back into my chair. I lean forward and I extend, lifting my head up. Rounding back into my chair, extend, lifting the head up. So I'm just trying to create this wave-like motion through my spine. This is something called pandiculation. If you have any furry friends at home, cats and dogs love to do this when they get up when they get up from the floor during any part of the day. They're always doing that nice rolling stretch all the way through their spine. We could learn a thing or two from them. Just do a couple more. Finding a nice rhythmic breath, maybe inhaling up and exhaling down. And just noticing where the sticky parts of your spine are. Where is it hard to articulate through? If you've got hardware, it's going to be hard to articulate through there, so just being mindful of that. Okay, and go ahead and relax. Nice work, everyone. Okay, I'll have you grab your Letterball of some sort. Remember, it could be a dog toy or a rolled up pair of socks. For those of you that have been doing this with me for a while, go ahead and go right into playing Letterball. Remember, I've been adding the challenge the past couple of weeks where you're moving it or you're throwing it around you, and you're trying to watch the ball as it spins or watch the object as it spins. When you catch it, you're going to say the first letter you see, but can you keep your eyes on a couple or a few letters as it moves around you, as it moves away from your body, and all of the directions, okay? So just an extra challenge to really try to read the ball the whole time now. So this is for eye tracking, for warming up the body and the eyes. For those of you that are just joining for the first time, because I see some new names, so welcome, welcome. This is a game called Letterball, so holding the ball into your chest or pencil or whatever it is you're using. You're going to pull the ball away from you at any angle you want. Look at the ball, read the letter or the number that you see, and pull it back in. Pull it out at a different angle. Look, read the letter, number, pull it back in. And you're just going to keep doing that at all of the angles, pulling it all around you, down and up and to the side. I notice a lot of people avoid bringing it up above them in this area, kind of above their head. So try not to avoid that area. If you're able to throw the ball around and catch it, or bounce it off the floor, or throw it against a wall, or with a partner nearby, you can do that too. Trying to read the letters or the numbers as quick as you can, or you're trying to track the letters or the numbers the whole time as you play with yourself. Yeah. Nice work, everyone. I see an official Letterball out there. Nice, Lynn. I might have missed that before, but I hadn't seen that one. Good, do a few more throws, and then I'm gonna start to layer on. Okay. If you do have a Letterball, when you catch a number, I'm gonna have you lift the right side of your body. That could be a shoulder shrug, an arm raise, or a leg raise, okay? Standing or seated athletes. A letter is going, so number right side, letter left side, lifting the left side of your body. Number right side, letter left side. Okay, so I want you to go to that. So now just bringing something called brain speed into this, where your body is having to make a movement based off of a decision that it sees as quickly as you can. Just gonna watch people here. Yeah, I see a great question. Keep playing. I'm just going to answer this question. Yeah, how do I make a letter ball? I'm holding a tennis ball. You'll see some folks out there. They've got like a nice big, and mine is in my closet, but it's a nice big squishy ball if that's easier for you to catch and play with. But for the purposes of maybe what I'm holding, which is a tennis ball, I take a tennis ball with letters and numbers. They're about an inch big, and I write an even amount of letters and numbers, an even amount of odd and even numbers, and an even amount of letters and vowels. So I maybe go 1 to 8, and then I go, I'll do like 3 vowels and 3 consonants. And you want them, you know, at a little distance apart from each other, but not too crowded. It's just Sharpie. This is just Sharpie on a tennis ball. You could do it literally on anything, on any ball-shaped object, putting Sharpie on it, a soccer ball, a volleyball, a squishy ball, a lacrosse ball, all of that works. Yeah. I should make a video of how to make one of these. It's on my to-do list. Okay, go ahead and relax. Let's just do a quick reassess check-in so you can place the ball down. We'll find an overhead arm raise. And you're just noticing if that got better, worse, same, different. And then we'll find internal and external shoulder rotation, goalpost arms rotating up and down. And then we'll find a head tilting. So tilting the head left, tilting the head right. Noticing if that changed for you. And then arms together out in front of you or crossed over the chest. Find that thoracic rotation to the left and to the right. Did that change for you? I feel like I'm forgetting one more in a seated position, but I'm blanking right now. For my seated athletes, you could be doing a sit to stand, a hip hinge, or a single leg balance. Okay, so whatever fits you there. And just noticing, did that change for me? Did it get easier? Did it get harder? Okay. And then let's actually just do a thumbs up reading. So let's do thumbs up if those movements got better, sideways thumbs if they stayed the same, and downwards thumbs if they got worse. Okay, yeah, Claudia, I got you. Okay, I'm seeing mainly thumbs up. Oh, cool, I like the emojis. A sideways thumb for someone. Yeah, awesome. Cool. All right, go ahead and relax. Okay, so actually grab your 2 pencils. Yeah. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're just gonna add some rotation to this. So we've been working on gaze stabilization for the past 1 or 2 weeks. So you're gonna bring a pencil in front of you. We're all gonna do this the same because we're gonna be moving whole body with the pencil. So pencil directly in front of you. You're focusing on a very particular point. So focusing on the very tip of the pencil. Keeping your eyes on that point, you're gonna tap the pencil either down towards your right ankle. If that's too low, you can also just tap your right knee. You're gonna bring that pencil up and overhead, so you're drawing an arc over your body and into a rotation behind you. So I'm rotated to my left. I'm still looking at the tip of the pencil. I bring that pencil back up and over my head, drawing that arc over my body, and I bring that pencil down to my right ankle, okay? Up and over into a rotated position, up and over tap the ankle or the knee or wherever makes sense for you. Up and over to rotate. Up and over to tap. Okay, I want you to keep going. I'm gonna watch people do this. The goal is to keep your eyes locked on that pencil the whole time. So if that means you need to adjust your range of motion, then you can do that. But I really want your eyes to stay locked on a particular part of that pencil the whole time. The faster you go, the harder it is. So if you're finding this is too easy, go faster, maybe shorten your range of motion. Yeah, nice, everyone. And if you get dizzy, stop and take a break. Take a breather. You can grab some water. Okay, I'll have everyone stop and take a break. That was really good, though. And now we're just going to do the other side. So let's see. Sorry, yeah. Holding the pencil out in front of you, tapping your left ankle or your left knee, whatever you can reach, bringing it up and over the head and coming into that rotated position. Up and over, tap the ankle, up and over to rotate. Tap and rotate. And making sure that that pencil stays in focus for you. If it comes out of focus, you're probably moving too fast. And just finding a smooth, easy, consistent breath. This one always makes me just a little nauseous. Yeah, just do a few more. Just gonna watch people here. Yeah, nice work. That looks really good. Yeah, nice, Margie. That's great. Yeah, and for folks who maybe are more strong on one side, if you can't do this on the other side, just use points around you on the wall. So like you could use your thumb if you're able to, or locking your eyes on points around you as you move your head, if it's hard to lift that arm. Yeah, okay. Everyone go ahead and relax. All of you still hold on to the pencils though. Okay, maybe go ahead and put your pencil in your stronger side with your stronger hand if you have it, just to make this one a little bit easier. And again, if moving this with one of your arms is challenging, you could just use points around the room. For my blind or visually impaired folks, I'm going to give you something different, so bear with me here. Okay, so everyone else, your nose and your head is going to stay facing forward. And you're just going to draw as big of a circle as you need to with that pencil out in front of you. Just your eyes are going to move with that pencil. So the head stays steady. The eyes are circling around with the pencil. You're only moving that pencil as far, as big as you can where the head doesn't move. Or you're using points around the room to move your eyes. And maybe noticing like, oh, I don't get quite as high as I do going low. Or it's harder for me to look to the left than it is for me to look to the right. Okay, so you're just noticing where your eyes maybe are glitching, or where those gaps, we call them gaps for your eyes. Go ahead and switch directions, so go in the other rotation. For those that are blind or visually impaired, I'm going to have you go right into a full body. You can still be holding that pencil out in front of you, but you're going to be moving more from your full spine and your full body into a big circle around you. So testing more of your vestibular system. So let me make sure. Yeah, Lori, like moving your whole body around. Yeah, you can even spin in your chair. You can even spin around in your chair if you want to. We're gonna, yeah, there you go, there you go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, for everyone else doing circles, just do a couple more circles. And then go ahead and relax. Okay, nice everyone. We'll drop the pencils, you don't need those anymore. And now we're gonna bring everyone into some more vestibular work. For those of you that are in a chair that's able to turn, you're going to be doing circles in your chair, if that's comfortable for you, turning yourself around or using the chair to turn around, okay? So that would maybe look like going something like this. Again, imagine my chair, we're moving with me. You're going to be doing an even number of circles in each direction. If you have a spinny chair, you can use that too. For those in more of a stable chair who aren't able to spin, you're going to cross your arms over your chest and moving. So we were doing a hula hoop from our ribs earlier. You're going to be doing it more from your head and your neck. You're going to let your eyes go with your head, moving all around the room, okay? So this might make you dizzy, so once you start to get dizzy, stop and take a break. And for my standing athletes, you're just going to be doing this in a standing position, turning, spinning. Remember, the faster you go, the harder it is for your vestibular system. Try to do an even number. Yeah, there we go. Nice, everyone. Yeah, I see some more people spinning today. That's great. Do an even number of circles in both directions. And just reassessing, maybe every 1 to 3 circles, just reassessing, making sure the dizziness quiets down, and then moving in the other direction. Yeah, so I'm just going to let people move through that. I'm just watching. Making sure your eyes are going with you. For those of you that are spinning in your chair, I'm gonna throw out one more layer because I see people getting faster at this as we do this week to week. So I'm just gonna give you one more challenge. When you're spinning in your chair, if you do kind of an oscillation of your neck up and down. So if I'm doing, I'm just gonna show you standing because it's easiest. If I'm doing this and I'm spinning and I'm nodding my head up and down, it's going to make it a lot harder. I'm going to get dizzier faster. Okay, so you can take that or leave it. If you find yourself, you're already getting dizzy, don't add that on. That's just for my people where I'm like, this is too easy. And then I want you to pick the direction that is harder for you. Which direction do you get dizzier quicker? Do 3 more circles in that direction. Just a few more circles in that direction. Yep. And then when you're done, yeah, that's really good, everyone. That's really, really good. When you're done, go ahead and take a break. If you found that you've gotten a little too dizzy, you can close your eyes. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll come back to more of a grounded position here. Yeah. And let's just help reset the body. So we'll bring the arms up. We can touch the palms together. Find that nice articulating roll all the way back down. I'm going to have you pause at the bottom here. Let's just catch our breath. Catch our vestibular system up. So find that 3-dimensional breath. And then slowly roll yourself back up. Open head and chest and arms up towards the ceiling. Yep. And then let's just bring left arm up to the ceiling. We'll just come into a nice, easy side bend. Breathe into the open ribs. And then we'll switch. Side bend and breathe. Exhale to center. Inhale to side bend. Exhale, center. Inhale, side bend. Last one. Or wait, sorry, 2 more so we end on our even side. And last one, center and side bend. Okay, good. All right. We'll close the eyes. Coming back to a grounded position. Dropping into your breath. Noticing where your weight is shifted. Noticing if anything feels different from the beginning of class. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining today, everyone. Gonna scoot in because I know we have some questions here.